First of all, thank you everyone for joining me today on this meeting, even online. I'm happy that I can speak about such a difficult topic as a Ukrainian here. The war divided the lives of every Ukrainian into before and after. However, not only the lives of Ukrainians have undergone inevitable changes, many people's lives have changed. Lives of a large influx of refugees from Ukraine has flooded to Europe, and the global economy and energy supplies are beginning to change as the result of sanctions against Russia. Until February 24, 2022, many spoke of the possibility of Russian troops invading Ukraine, but not a single Ukrainian could imagine how large scale and terrible this war would be. I want to share with you my life story before and after the war. My life before was familiar to the similar students in around the world. Favorite work on various youth projects in Ukraine, studying for master's degree in my favorite university, loving parents, and happy friends. I rejoiced in my life before on various youth projects and had many plans on the future. And so at 5 a.m. on February 24, 2022 in Kiev, my roommate woke me up and shouted hysterically that the war had begun. We quickly started to collect essentials to get dressed. Everyone's parents called. There was panic in the streets. We knew there was a shelter at our university. We ran there. Thanks to a friend of my parents, we were able to move by car. I escaped from Kiev after 2 days being in shelter thanks to my friend. I saw dead people, tanks. I heard these planes and Russian soldiers. That was terrible and horrific. Thanks to friends of my parents, we had the opportunity to move by car to the western of Ukraine. And thanks to my relatives, I escaped from Kiev also by car, and then crossed the border into Poland. It was a difficult road because after Poland, my mother and I went to Lithuania, then to Latvia, then to Germany, and then to Brussels, Belgium. And here we are calmly starting to rebuild a new life. This is my life after. And now I want to say why every Russian is responsible for this war in Ukraine. Putin is the same as Russia. As long as Putin lives to the state and the citizens recognize him as a legitimate president and obey his orders, Putin represents Russia in his person. Also, let's not blame only Mr. Putin for everything. Not Putin personally launched rockets, not Putin came to the Ukrainians in tanks, and not 190,000 soldiers goes to kill our Ukrainian citizens. It's not only Putin's ambitions. Let's not forget about whole centuries of Ukrainian history. Russian under different political regimes tried to seize Ukrainian lands, destroy Ukrainian lands, people, culture, deny existence of Ukrainians as a separate nation. Russian statement that they are against the war in Ukraine should not be believed as they're really against the war. For example, CNN poll show that the more than 50% of Russians' population consider right to use military force to prevent Ukraine from joining NATO. That's crazy. They say that not every Russian shoots at Ukrainian, but everyone who lives, works, or does business in Russia is a sponsor of the war in Ukraine. So I have a questions. Like Russian soldiers do know where they're going, do know what they're shooting at, do know they're raping people. They obviously know it. And there's a choice all the time. There's a choice to kill or not to kill, to rape or not to rape people. So that's crazy. In the end, I want to say this is a great thing that this war show us. Reconsider the international law, reconsider the European institutions, UN as an institution, how it works, and do we have enough to protect our lives in this world or not from crazy people like Mr. Putin? So Russia must be held accountable for this atrocious against the free Ukraine people. I believe that victory in Ukraine will come very soon, and we will celebrate it together. So, glory to Ukraine. Slava Ukraini.